this first chapter of the Academy Manager training series, we're going to take a look at how you would log into your account, take a look at how you would edit your profile and change your password, and we're going to take a tour around the My Locker homepage. So to log in, from your WordPress website, you can go to the top right hand corner and hit My Locker Login. You could also enter the URL into your website browser, which would be your Academy name or brand, followed by the word locker, .firstdegree.golf/login. You can also find this area from the booking area or the store by clicking the login button in the top right hand corner. So let's go ahead and enter our username and password. So we're now logged into the Academy Manager area homepage. We know we're in this section as we can see in the URL. We've got Academy Manager /My Locker. Also in the top right hand corner we have 3 access levels and the manager is highlighted in blue. We can also navigate across to Coach and Pro Shop. So to begin with, let's take a look at how we would edit our profile and change our password. So to do that, we're going to go to the top right hand corner and hit the plus icon. And we're going to go across to Personal Details and hit Edit Personal Details. And we can edit all of the information within this section. The email that you put into this section is the one that's used on the system for any messages or class bookings that are made that you have a copy of. And you would go ahead and hit Save. To change your password, you just need to hit the Change Password button, enter the old password, select a new password and hit Save. Let's take a tour around the home page now. You've got the logout option in the top right hand corner, social media icons along the top, a bio image, and hitting the My Account just shows you the logged in account. Along the top you have your menu items, and these are going to be covered in future chapters of the training series. The arrows indicate that there are further drop downs. On the left here you have 4 sections: Academy income, all coaches income, students and lesson numbers. And this is key information that tells you about the performance of your academy. Let's take a tour around these sections and show you what each one of those means. On the right, we have a Things to Do section. It's within this section that you can add and delete daily tasks. We also have an Enable Studio and a Reschedule Hour limit, which we'll cover in future chapters. As you gradually use the Reporting section, the most used reports will appear here. And you're also able to set the reminder of when booking confirmations are sent or reminder confirmations are sent to customers and coaches, which we'll also cover in a future chapter. Scrolling down the page, you have a quick view of the booking system admin, which shows you 5 upcoming lessons or classes. And you can also view these classes or lessons by clicking here. You then have a section where you can select a coach, which links to the coach schedule below. By clicking this section, you can have a quick view of when that coach is actively coaching at your venue and any bookings that are made in their schedule. So navigating to the next week, we can see here that this coach is coaching on 3 days: Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Red indicates a book time, and green indicates that this is open in their schedule. Grey indicates that they don't have their schedule open on that day. part of the training series, we're going to move on to set up our booking system filters. This is essential to do so that your coaches can begin to book lessons, you can begin to add classes and take bookings for classes themselves. So the first thing that we need to decide to do is whether we need to enable a studio option on our booking system. So this will apply to if you have a indoor studio facility within your club or at your academy or driving range. And essentially enabling the studio means that once a booking is made, a one-to-one booking, it will also block out the studio as well as the coach's schedule. So this is essential to do first, whether we need to enable the studio option. So to do that, we are in the Academy Manager area and we are in the My Locker section. And we can see here on this section here in Things to Do, we've got an option Enable Studio. So we're just going to go ahead and click that. And I am going to enable the studio. I've got a studio at my venue where I need to make sure it's booked out each time a booking is made. So I'm going to hit Save. And we can see that the studio property is updated. So now what we need to do is head across to the booking system filters under Booking Admin. And we're going to get to the home page of our booking system admin area, and we can see how there currently isn't any program categories and there currently isn't any filters available. So what we need to do is go ahead and choose the plus icon. We're going to add our first category and we're going to select the program category here from the drop down. You would have already had a consultation with the team at First Degree Golf Solutions and you would have indicated the types of programs that you will be offering. These will be preloaded under this drop down section and you just need to go ahead and select the appropriate option. So I'm going to go ahead and choose one-to-one and swing studio. So I'm going to offer one-to-one lessons with my clients, which might be outside of a swing studio, maybe a putting green, driving range where there's no requirement to book out a space, and I'm also offering a studio option. So I'm going to choose that category. And I'm going to go ahead and select the order. The order would be the order in which it appears on the booking system. So this is quite an important one for me, and I think this is going to be the most popular category that customers would use. So I'm going to put that as order number 1. And the last thing is I've got to add a program description. So you'll see in a moment that the program description is going to appear under the image on the booking system itself. So we're going to add a description of what that program relates to. So it's one-to-one lessons with our coaching team in our facilities or in the studio. There we go. So now what we need to do is enable this as a one-to-one option. So if we see the checkbox here, it says one-to-one. This essentially means that customers will be able to book one-to-one lesson times with coaches. So they're not going to be classes where you may have a class with a certain number of spaces. It's going to be a one-to-one booking. So we need to enable that one. And we now need to choose a program category. So to do that, you can just go to Choose File and you can upload a file from your desktop and just work within the size dimensions here, 320 by 220 pixels, or you can choose from the repository. So there's some preloaded images that would match your brand colors that you have enabled on your website. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the white color with a red icon and cursor on the center of the image. So I'm going to go ahead and find a one-to-one option, which this one looks pretty good, and we can now go ahead and hit Save. Now we can see that the program category has been added successfully. You can see it's there in the drop down. If we wanted to go back in and edit any of that information, we could click on the category again and we can just choose the pencil icon just here. We can edit any of that information and we could also delete the filter itself if we wanted to, just using the delete icon. So let's go ahead and just show you how that would look on the booking system before we go any further. So we're going to navigate to Coach. And we're going to go ahead to book a lesson and we're going to see how there's going to be one category available now on the first page of our booking system. So we can see there we've got the image that we added, we've got the description, we've got the title that's visible here and at the bottom. So let's go back across to the Academy Manager area and we'll go back into booking system filters. And we'll go back again and choose our one-to-one and swing studio option. So as this is a one-to-one option, what we now have visible is a number of filters. And the filters relate to the lesson time that a customer can book with a coach. So we need to choose the lesson times that we want to offer, depending on the options our team or yourself is offering. And I'm going to go ahead and offer some pretty standard options. So I'm going to do a 30 minutes, a 45 minutes, 60 minutes, and 2 hours. So they're going to be my one-to-one lesson options. So to do that, I've just hit the active box, and we should find, if we now navigate back to the coach area, and we go to the book a lesson, choose the filter, we can see how it's asking me if I want this lesson in the Swing Studio, because we've enabled the studio option. I'm going to go ahead and choose no, and we're going to see on the next page of the booking system that we're going to be presented with the lesson times. But I want to go ahead now and add some imagery that matches my branding. So let's go ahead and back to the booking admin, booking filters. And I'm simply going to go across here to the 30-minute option and choose the pencil icon so we can edit the information. I want to edit the description, so 30-minute lesson with our coaching team, ideal to fine-tune an area of your game. I'm going to go ahead and choose an image, and I might want to keep the images quite consistent, which I'm going to do. I'm just going to choose a one-to-one image, and I'm going to do this for all of the options. Just going to copy that information so we can just go a little quicker. Choose the image, this one here, and hit save. And just need to repeat that for the last two. And hit save. Okay, so I've got my 4 lesson options enabled, set as active. I've added an image, I've added a consistent description, and if we now go back to the booking system, choose the appropriate filter, choose the lesson time, and we can now see that we get to the coaches and the schedule. So that's ready for now our coaches and our customers to use to book one-to-one lesson options. I'm back here now in the Academy Manager area, My Locker page, and what we're going to do now is go across to the booking system filters again, and we're going to start adding some filters that relate to classes. So I've already added my one-to-one and Swing Studio option, so I'm going to go ahead now and click on the plus icon, and I'm now going to choose one of the program categories that relates to Junior Academy that I run. So I run some Junior Academy classes, and I need to choose a program category option that matches that. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this Your Junior Group Classes. I'm going to add the order number as 2 and add a program description. So Junior Academy classes for ages 4 to 17 on weekends, after school, and during the school holidays. As this is a class where we're going to be allowing a number of students to book onto the class, we're not going to choose this as a one-to-one lesson option, so we're going to leave that checkbox unticked. And again, we're going to choose an image from the repository that relates maybe to a junior sort of option. I'm going to go ahead maybe and choose this one here, the white one, the red icon, and we're going to hit save. And we now need to select that program category, which is your junior group. And we're going to see here now another option which says please select the filter. So before we can start adding the filter options, we just need to add a filter name here, and I would always advise you just enter choose group. So we're going to add choose group to that filter option and hit save. And we can see now it's got choose group in the filter, and now we've been presented with a section where it's going to allow us to add some filter options. So you noticed in that program description I said I offered weekends, after school and during the school holidays for different ages. So there's a few ways that you could sort of add the filters. I'm going to show you one example for how I would potentially set it up, but it depends on the way in which your junior academy or group classes are being run. So first filter option I'm going to offer is weekend junior academy ages 4 to 6, and I'm going to set that as order number 1. And again, add an image. I'm going to keep the image consistent and hit save. And we can see how the first filter has now appeared. It's automatically been activated. I'm now going to add my second filter. This one's going to be for ages 7 to 10. Order number 2. And I'm going to choose the same image. Save. Okay, so I've got my 5 filter options added under your junior group classes, and I'm offering some weekend junior academy classes in different age groups, a series of golf camps during school holidays, and some after school academy classes for one age group, 7 to 10s. And we can see how we've got an image added to all of them, a name, description, and all of those options are active. So if we now navigate across to the coach section, let's have a look at what that looks like. And if we choose junior group classes, we can see now how we've got our 5 filter options with the images. Looks really consistent, same descriptions. And we can now click this option, and what we'll see is we're now going to a next section, and this is where our list of classes would be added once we've added the classes to these filters. So it comes up with a message at the moment that there aren't any sessions available at the moment. Please check back soon. So that's now live on our booking system and ready to add classes to, which we'll cover in the coach section tutorial of how to add classes to the filter options. So let's navigate back to the manager area and add a couple more options. I'm going to go back to the booking system filters. And really the functionality would now be the same whether you're adding the one-to-one lesson option and the classes. So the only two things that we're going to add is an adult group class, which I'm going to offer at my academy, and also a class which might be restricted depending on member level. So let's firstly add the adult group class. Again, we're going to choose from the program category option. I'm going to choose an adult group. The order now would be number 3. Again, we're not going to tick the one-to-one option. I'm going to choose the image from the repository. Now we're going to choose something that relates to a sort of group. So let's go with this one. Let's go with this one here, and we hit save. And we just need to repeat the same process. So we'll choose your adult group. We'll add the filter option as choose group. We'll hit save. And we're now going to add our series of filter options. So we're going to add learn to play golf scheme. Weekend group classes. For those new to golf. The order number would be 1 as this is our first filter. And again, we're going to keep consistent and add the same filter option and hit save. My next one is going to be learn to play at lunch. So I'm going to offer a specific lunchtime beginner class that I maybe work with some local businesses or a network that I've got on lunchtime classes. Okay, so I've got 3 of my adult group classes that I offer in line with my coaching services that I advertise. So I've got my weekend learn to play golf scheme, learn to play at lunch, and learn to play the golf course, which is sort of an improver class or a follow-on from the learn to play golf scheme. So we can go back to the coach section and hit on book a lesson. And again, we can see now we've got our adult group classes. We've got our 3 filters that are available, and the same as the juniors, we wouldn't have any classes available yet until we've added those classes to the filters. Okay, so let's go back to the manager area. Booking system filters. And I'm going to add one last category. And we're going to add a category which maybe relates to a member level that we have. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to choose, let's go with your level 3 member classes. The order number would be 4. And these are classes and clinics exclusively for level 3 members of the Academy. Again, wouldn't choose it's a one-to-one. We're going to add the image from the repository. Just need to choose a slightly different one. Just go with this one here. Hit save. Again, we're going to add the filter. And I'm going to add my filter options. This one's going to be clinics, weekend clinics. Choose the same image. Now I'm going to add one more option. And let's navigate back to the coach section. Lesson. So we now have our 4 categories that are visible. So we've got our one-to-one, group classes for juniors and adults, and a level 3 member class. So let's just discuss what that would mean here on the booking system. So we're logged in as coach, and whatever program categories we add to the booking system will always be visible to coach. So every single program category would be visible here to a coach. Let's take, for instance, that we were a first-time visitor to our website, to your academy website, and they didn't have an account. So if they went on to the booking system, they would only see the first 3 options here. So we've added a level 3 member class, and in the membership admin section, this will be set up so that the level 3 member class is only going to be visible to those who have a level 3 membership account. So someone who doesn't have a level 3 membership or hasn't used the system before would only see those top 3 options on the booking system. Someone who is a level 3 member, they will have a member level assigned to them, either by purchasing through the store, or if your academy isn't offering memberships to be bought through the store, then this can be managed through the Academy Manager area by assigning a member level. So someone then who logs in as this member level, they would be able to see these 3 classes and also the level 3 member classes, as these classes are only exclusively available for them. And this same goes as well for level 2, 3 and 4. You can add different classes to maybe different member levels that you are offering. So the final part of this chapter of the training series is going to look at adding classes to the booking system filters and working within the group programs admin section. So if we head across to booking admin, we've already used the booking system filters and added those. We now need to use the section below, create and edit classes. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And we now presented with a group programs admin section. So what we need to do is choose the appropriate program category that we're going to add a class to. So the one-to-one and Student Studio won't be relevant in this section as we've set that up as a one-to-one program category. But we're going to go ahead and add a class to your junior group classes. And what we're going to see below is our 5 sub-filters that we added, and the final drop down underneath is upcoming, in progress and previous classes. However, at the moment we don't have any classes added to the system, so we're going to go ahead and just add a new class using the plus icon at the bottom. And we can now see that we're going to set up the class using the 7 steps visible on the screen. So step number 1, first thing is add in a class name, and the class name for me is going to be the date and the time that the class starts. So let's go ahead and find an appropriate date that we're going to use. Let's go ahead and go with Saturday, 24th of August. And the time is going to be 3 p.m. until 4 p.m. We're now going to need to choose the program category, which we know is junior group class. The My Game level, which we set up in the earlier part of the training series, and this is going to be junior. The group is going to be Weekend Junior Academy, ages 4 to 6. And we want to set the class status as active. Short description, and we're going to choose an image from the main repository again. And we selected previously this one here. So we've completed now step 1. We're now going to move down to step 2, which would be to choose the lesson tags, which isn't necessary on this step. We're going to go and add the class coach. So I'm going to go with Joe Bloggs is running this class. You can see how he's been added now to the class. If we make a mistake and we want to remove him, then we can just, or the coach, we can just click the X, hit continue, and then add a new coach. So we've completed now steps 2 and 3. We now need to set the class size. So I'm limiting the class size here to 8, and that's the places that are going to be available. And we now need to set the price. It may be that when you run classes, you don't want to add a price, and any price that's set as 0 will mean on the booking system there won't be an option for the customer to make a payment. So, however, I'm going to add a price that I want to charge to a parent, which is going to be a fee of $79.95, and we're going to just leave the option here as full price. It'll be the only option that's available in this drop down as full price. Step number 6 now is selecting the date and number of classes that we're going to be running. So the lesson start date we've already said is going to be the 24th of August. The registration start date indicates when you're going to be taking registrations from, so when you want this appearing on the booking system, and I want this to be appearing from today. And the registration end date indicates when the class will be removed from the system, and we're going to set that to 1 day prior. So we're not going to take bookings on the day the class starts. So we're going to set it 1 day prior to the 23rd. And the final thing we need to do now is set the lesson duration, so the number of classes that we're going to be running within this program. And I'm going to offer 6 classes, and they're going to be running weekly. So I could set this so it sets to 6 consecutive days, 6 consecutive weeks, or 6 consecutive months. So I'm going to go with 6 consecutive weeks. There we go. And we're now going to move to step 7, which is the final section called schedule classes in the calendar. So this is where we're now going to add the classes to the relevant coach calendar. So we just need to click schedule classes, and we're going to navigate across to the relevant month using the arrows at the top, and we're going to find the date of the first week, which is the 24th. So we're going to do this one as an example of how you would add 6 consecutive classes to 6 consecutive weeks. We're going to cover in the next part of this training series how we would need to add the classes differently if potentially we were missing a week due to a prior arrangement or holiday, etc. So let's go ahead and select the relevant day, which is the 24th, just by clicking the day on the calendar, and we now have a pop-up that appears asking us to select the time and coach. So let's go and choose the event date. This needs to be ticked, and we're going to choose the time, 3 p.m. till 4 p.m. And we're now going to go and choose the coach, which we know is Joe Bloggs, so that needs to be ticked. And we're going to repeat it weekly. So we're going to repeat this class for 6 consecutive weeks, and we're going to hit save. We can now check that all those classes have been added, which they have, running up until the 28th of September, and we're now going to hit save. And always a good idea just maybe to double check all of the information, and then you're going to go ahead and choose save. And we can see now how we have our first class that's now appeared within the group programs admin section. So we're back now in our group programs admin section, and we're going to cover now how we would add a class when the class isn't running for consecutive weeks. So we need to leave a space between certain weeks. So what we need to do now is choose the program that we're going to obviously add this class to. So this time we're going to go with the adult group class, and we don't have any classes currently added to this section. So again, we're going to go add class, and we're going to go through this process again. I'm going to complete this. We'll speed up the video just so we get to the end of the section a little bit quicker. So we're now down into step 6, and this is where we need to do things slightly different, considering we're going to have a break on our classes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go lesson start date, and we're going to choose the 24th of August, and we're going to go the registration start date, which is going to be today, and we're going to choose an end date, again the day before. I don't want to take any registrations on the day. So now what we need to do a little bit differently is we are going to run a class here which is going to run for 6 weeks. However, I'm going to have 1 week where I'm not going to be there, so we need to leave a week gap in the classes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the lesson duration, and we're going to choose 7 instead of 6, and we're going to choose weeks. So we're going to add 7 sessions to the schedule every week, and we're now going to go and schedule those classes. So let's go across to August 24th. Select the time, which on this one I said it was going to be 1 PM for an hour, and assign it to the coach. And the repeat type is going to be weekly. We want it to add for 7 consecutive weeks, not 7 consecutive days, and then we hit save. So we're now going to see that we're going to have 7 classes added to the schedule. However, we are not going to be around on the 7th of September, so I'm going to delete that one. So we've added 7 classes, but I'm actually only offering 6 classes. I'm going to charge for 6 classes. All my marketing is going to be set up so customers are clear that it's 6 classes. But I'm going to go ahead and delete this one and hit delete. Press continue. And we can see how that class now gets removed. So we've got 6 classes now which are visible, but they're not 6 consecutive weeks. It's carried over into a 7th week with a gap on the 7th of September. And then we're going to hit save. And save again. And we can see now in the group programs admin that we've got those 2 classes available. It's indicating that the duration is 7 weeks, so we need to make sure in our marketing that we're telling customers that it's not 7 consecutive weeks. But within the system itself, it will list the dates on the checkout page where the classes are running. So let's go across into the coach section and show you what that would look like. If we go on book a lesson, interestingly, we've now got the upcoming lessons which have appeared, so we've got all of those classes which are now added. If we navigate to the schedule, we're going to see that class now in yellow. You can see here it's added on the 24th of August. And if we now go into the book a lesson, choose the relevant class, filter, choose the relevant sub-filter, and there we go. We can see how we've got the lesson name, the class, which is the date and time, the start date, duration, places, and the price. And if we went into the class details, it would list all of the dates that the classes are running, and we can see how we've got 6 sessions that are scheduled. We've got 2 weeks, then a gap, and then it starts again on the 14th for session 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the classes are running over a duration of 7 weeks. Starts week 1, ends the week 7. But we don't have a session on week number 3. And the customer now would be able to obviously add this to the cart, make the payment if you've got that linked to a merchant account, or you can have it set to a pay at club option and they can pay when they pay directly to you, or if you're managing this yourself, then you can just run that through your coach schedule. So let's just go back to the manager area and let's just provide a quick summary of the group program admin section. Now we've got 2 classes that are added, so we can go here into group programs admin under booking admin, and we're going to have a list now of all the classes that are available, the lesson name, the program type, start date, duration, price, and whether that's active or not active. If we simply ticked the box and we made it inactive, it would mean the class would now not be visible on the system. So let's go ahead and do that. We go back to book a lesson. Choose the adult group class. And we're going to go to the weekend. And we can see how the class now has disappeared. If we go back to the schedule and we navigate to the date, the class has also disappeared from the coach's diary as well. So the class is still going to be within the group program admin section, but it's now not added to the schedule. It's not an active class that we're running. So we're going to make sure that's active again. Here we go. And if we navigate across to the right, we've got a few different options. We have an edit button using that pencil icon where we can go back in and edit those classes. We've got a delete option, so we can go ahead and delete that class. And we've got a final icon here, which is to archive the class. So maybe it's a class that we don't want to delete from the system, but we want to archive it and move it into an archive section. And if we navigate here into booking system admin, that will then appear in the archive classes section. So let's have a go at that. We're going to archive that class. And we can see now how it's in the archive classes list, but we can move it back as well, back into the group programs admin. And the final thing that we have is a couple of different options here at the top. We can create the class from this section as well. In group programs admin, we don't have to go into create and edit. We can copy class with attendees, so potentially maybe we have a class that we run consistently with the same group of attendees and you don't want to go through that step-by-step process, you just want to simply copy the class. You can simply choose that copy class, choose from the class list, add the class name, and it will copy all of the attendees and all of the information. You also have a clone class option. So the clone feature will clone all of the data except for the events. So you need to still add the class events to the schedule as the events might be slightly different. But it will transfer all of the data across. Again, there's tutorials available within your bank of tutorials which cover these features. So that brings to an end the booking admin and setting up the booking system with our filter options, how to create and add classes, and how we can use the group programs admin section. The final part we're going to cover in relation to adding classes to the booking system filters is the scenario in which you may have classes being run by multiple coaches. Either the coaches are running the classes together and will be attending the class each week. This will probably only occur when you have quite a high number of places where you want to keep the coach ratio consistent with what you advertise, and you may have a higher number of attendees attending that class. So you might need to add multiple coaches. But more commonly, the scenario that might occur is where you have a class with a certain number of attendees, but you might have different coaches covering different weeks. So you need to set that up appropriately in the schedule. So if we navigate across to create and edit classes and we hit view, under our group program categories, we can see we've got our two classes that we've already added here that are visible. But we're going to go ahead and create a new class. So let's go add class, which we can do here in the group programs, the create and edit classes section, or we can go to group programs admin and create new class. So let's go ahead and create a class name. So this time I'm going to add a golf camp. So let's go with the date that we're going to run the camp. So we're going to run this in one of the half terms. Let's just choose that it's going to be 19th to the 21st of August, 9 AM till 3 PM. And it's going to be in the junior class category. Choose junior as the my game level. I'm going to choose golf camps and again set it to active, and we'll add a short description. Let's choose an image from the main repository. Let's go with this one here. And we're now going to choose the lesson tag, which is important for making sure that it appears on the system. And we can just go with, this is going to cover long game, full swing, putting. And we're going to now add the coaches. So for this camp, I'm going to have 2 coaches. And we're going to try and set it so one coach is covering 2 of the days and then the other coach is covering the 3rd day. So potentially the one coach who's covering the 2 days is unable to do the 3rd day. So you need to make sure that that class is covered. So we're going to add Joe Bloggs and coach number 2 and hit save. We can see how both of the classes coaches appear. Places are going to be 8. So for instance, if we had here places as 16, we might be advertising a 1:8 coach ratio, coach to pupil ratio. So if we had 16 places available, then we would need to add maybe two class coaches to this. One other thing to remember when adding class coaches is this also indicates who will receive booking confirmations for these classes. So if you particularly have a manager who is also a coach who you would want to receive booking confirmations, then you can simply add them as a coach. So let's say here coach number 3 was sort of managing our junior program. They weren't going to be an active coach taking the camp that week, but they want to receive the confirmations. We would add them as a coach and hit save. And when we get to the schedule, we can set it so that the class doesn't get added to the schedule, but they'll receive the confirmations. So let's set the price now, £120. And we know the lesson start date is the 19th. The registration we're going to set as today. And the end date is going to be a day before. So again, we don't want to take any bookings on the day. Small note on that registration start date. If you set that registration start date to a date in the future, it just means that the class will automatically be live on the system once that date appears. It won't go automatically live if you set it to a date in the future today, but it will appear automatically on that date. So the lesson duration is 3 days. So we're going to run it for 3 days and schedule the class. Choose the appropriate date and we're going to go 9 AM until 3 o'clock. So remember I said that we're going to have Joe Bloggs and coach number 2 are going to be running the camp, but coach number 3 is managing our program, so we want to make sure they receive the confirmation. So we're going to tick coach Joe Bloggs and coach number 2, but we're not going to tick coach number 3. We don't want the class to be added to their schedule. And we're going to repeat that daily, as we wanted to run it over 3 consecutive days. And right, we can see now we've got our 3 days that have appeared in the calendar. However, remember what we said, we wanted Joe Bloggs to be running the first 2 days and the 3rd coach to be running it on the 3rd day. So this is what we need to do. We need to go in and we need to de-tick coach number 2, hit save, de-tick coach number 2 and hit save. And then on the 21st, we want to remove Joe Bloggs, but make sure coach number 2 is added and we can hit save. So we've now got Joe Bloggs covering days 1 and 2, and we've got coach number 2 covering the 3rd day. And we've got coach 3, who's our manager. They're not added, they're not going to be actively coaching, but they're going to receive the confirmation emails. And then we need to hit save, save again. There we go. And let's go ahead and check that out. We can see now how the class has appeared in the group program admin section. Start date, duration, price. But if we now navigate to ProShop instead, the reason we're going to go to ProShop is we want to see the camp has been added to the different coach schedules. So let's go ahead and choose Joe Bloggs. And let's navigate to the appropriate week, which we said was the week of the 19th. There we go. And we can see how he's got 2 of the camp days visible in his diary on Monday and Tuesday, but it isn't visible on Wednesday, on day number 3. If we go now to coach number 3, who is our manager, and if we look on the week, we can see how the class hasn't appeared in the schedules, which is what we want. We don't want that coach actively doing the coaching, but they're going to receive the confirmations. And if we go now to coach number 2, what we should find is that the 3rd day, the Wednesday, is visible in their schedule, but they aren't coaching and it hasn't been added to their schedule on days 1 and 2. Part of the training series, we're going to take a look at the coach management section. This is the first thing that you need to set up when logging into your new locker area. So to find the coach management section, you're going to navigate across to the tab which says Coach Admin, and you're going to hover to Coach Management. So this is the Coach Management homepage screen, and we can see here that we're presented with 3 tabs along the top: active coaches, inactive coaches, and all coaches. For the majority of time, you'll be using the active coaches section. And we can see we have a search box where you're able to search for coaches. However, in the main, that you'll use the coaches that are listed within active coaches. If you have a single locker account, you will have one coach visible, which will be yourself. Or if you're a venue or you have a multi-coach account, you will have the ability to add up to 4 coaches within your system. And if this is you, then you'll be presented with 4 coach accounts already set up for you, like we've got displayed on the screen here. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is go into each of these coach accounts and add some information which is important for customers and to ensure that the coaches receive automated booking emails. So let's go ahead and go into coach number 1. So to do that, we're just going to scroll across and hover over the coach number 1, and we're going to click. And we're now in the profile screen for coach number 1. So as we look down, we can see some asterisks in red, and this is the necessary or essential information that you've got to add. So we can see how we've got first name and last name. So let's go ahead and edit in the name. So we're going to go with the well-used Joe Bloggs as our first coach at the academy. Date of birth you can add, but that isn't essential. Email address, that is essential and is really important that it's put in correctly, as this is the email address where booking confirmations for the booking system and store will be sent to. So we're going to go ahead and just create a email address. Home telephone number isn't essential, but a mobile number is necessary, as this will be listed on a booking confirmation email to customers if they want to get in contact with the coach directly. All the other information isn't necessary, and the coach themselves can actually update this information if they want to. Now going across to the profile picture section, you can add a profile picture from your desktop. We will provide you with template images to use, such as the one here on the right with certain color around the wraparound of the icon for you to use. However, you can add your own profile pictures. Just make sure you work within the parameters of 80 pixels by 80 pixels for the size of the image. You want to make sure on the booking system and the information that the customer sees that you've got a consistent look and feel to your sort of images and headshots, and that they're all in the same proportion. Otherwise that will affect the sort of usability of the system itself. So you can go ahead and add a profile picture just by clicking the X, and you can choose the profile picture from your desktop. So I've got the image here. You can see here it's 80 by 80, and we're going to hit open. And we can see now how it says the file has been selected and uploaded. As we scroll down, PGA status isn't a necessary piece of information. However, you want to ensure that you've got some information added under job title, as this will be visible on the booking system itself that customers are going to use, and when they hover over the coach and they want to find further information, it will display some information that you put in the job title section. So let's go ahead and just put PGA Professional. And the final information that you need to add is this section here, the brief profile. This brief profile will appear when a customer hovers over the bio image of a coach on the booking system. And you need to limit the content that you add to 50 words. And again, keep this consistent across all of the coaches that you're adding. So a 50-word limit on that section. So once you've added all the necessary information that we've just gone through, you can then scroll down and hit Update. And we can see now it says that the coach profile has been updated successfully. So we can now navigate back to the coach management section. And we can see how our first coach has now updated with the name, email, phone number. The status is active, as he's listed within the active coach section. And within this section itself, you're able to view each of the coach's schedule. And finally, the last thing that we may want to just cover is what active and deactive means. So if you have a coach who leaves your academy or venue, you will want to set the coach account to deactive, which means that it be no longer usable by the coach or no longer visible on the booking system, store, and other areas. So let's go ahead and say that we want to set coach number 2 as deactive. Coach number 2 has left the academy, and it's going to ask us to just confirm, and we can hit deactive. There we go. So now coach number 2 has been deactivated and now is no longer visible within active coaches. And if we scroll across now to inactive, we should see coach number 2 here is visible now in deactive coaches. And if you made a mistake and deactivated a coach by mistake, then you can reactivate them by just clicking active and click activate. Okay. And we should see now how the coach number 2 has moved back into the active coaches section. So let's deactivate that coach again. And let's say we wanted to add a new coach who's joined the academy. So how would we do that? So you would gonna navigate across here to the plus icon and click it. And we can now add the coach by filling in this information. So username would be the username that they would log in with, and the username can't be changed anywhere within the system by yourself. So often suggest using a standard username for all of your coaches, maybe an initial or first initial and then surname. So let's go with an example of myself. So we're going to go with R. Warburton, and you would add the first name and the last name. And the password is then the password that the coach would need to log in the first time, and this can be changed by the coach, obviously to protect their data when using the system. But let's set a generic password that we're going to give the coach immediately, and we'll make sure that we tell them that they need to change it straight away. And then the email address again would be the email address that would be used to point any booking confirmations to. And I'm not going to worry about a home telephone number, but I'm going to add a mobile. And the display order would be the order in which that coach would appear. So I'm going to go with number 2, and we're going to create the user. And we can see how now the coach has appeared in this section, and we can now go back and edit the information, including the bio image, etc. So let's go ahead and go in and edit that information. We can see how we've got the email and the mobile number visible, but we haven't got a job title or a profile picture. So let's go ahead and add the profile picture to start with, which is here. It's 80 by 80. We can see how it's been added. We're going to make sure we add a job title. So I'm going to go with specialist putting coach. And a brief profile again has to be a maximum of 50 words. And we're going to hit update. And we can see it's been updated successfully. And we'll now navigate back to the coach management section. And we can see that the icon has been updated and it's set as an active coach. This part of the training series is going to focus on the skill creation feature available within the locker. This feature is an essential part of the locker system and gives you a wide range of functionality to use with your clients. Skill creation is used within your coach's local media section to help them categorize media they may upload and tag its relevance to students in lesson feedbacks. Skill creation also allows pupils and coaches to make their own initial assessment of their skill level within the student profile section. Adding skill creation levels is also essential to being able to add classes to the booking system. Therefore, it is essential that the skill creation content is added to your locker, even if you only plan to use it to its minimum amount. So within the Academy Manager area, we need to navigate to My Game Admin and choose Skill Creation. You may want to spend some time after this video thinking about how you can use the skill creation for your own academy or coaching brand. But for the purpose of the video, let's go through how you would assign different skill creation levels. And we'll also explore how you can delete these levels so you can come back to this area in the future. So on the first page of the skill creation, we can see that we've got 4 sections: player types level, skill category, and skill type. To start with, we need to add our broad player types. So for the purpose of this training video, I'm going to add 2 player types, adult, and I'm going to have this as number 1 in the order, and hit save. And I'm going to have junior. So these are my 2 broad player types that I work with at the Academy, adults and juniors. So now we need to add some player types level underneath each of these categories. So to do this, what we need to do is select the player type we're going to choose to start with. And we can see that it's selected by clicking the cursor and the arrow appears. So I'm going to start by adding the player types level under adult. So we can see that the arrow is highlighted. We're now going to add the first player type level, and the first player type level is going to be beginner. Learner. Handicaps 10 and above. Handicaps 9 and below. And the final player type level is going to be elite. Okay, so we can now see how I've got my 5 player type levels visible underneath my adult section. So I'm now going to go ahead and add some skill categories that I'm working on with these students. So I'm going to go ahead and add under elite. So again, I've selected elite and we can see how the arrow is now visible under elite. And I'm going to start adding my skill categories. So with my elite players, I like to work on shot shaping, pitching, mental skills, and strategy. So I've now got my skill categories underneath my elite section, and I'm now going to add some skill types within each of those categories. So within shot shaping, skill type would be right to left, left to right, high, and low. So to summarize, we can see how we've got the adult player type, the player type levels, which I've added 5 player type levels that I work with adults. In the elite section, we've then got 4 skill categories. And under the shot shaping section, I've then got 4 skill types within that skill category. So to complete the skill creation area, you would need to add all of those sections under each of the player types. So let's take a look at how we would then delete those skill types and some things to be aware of when using the player type section. So to delete a skill type, if you want to delete the entire section, you're able to hit the delete button. However, there'll be an alert that comes up that tells you that all of the subcategories will be deleted. So I don't want to do that. I want to keep my player types as adult and junior, but I want to delete some of the skill categories underneath. So I'm going to go to strategy, and we can see now that the arrow is highlighted. I'm going to hit the delete icon, and the alert is telling me that all of the skill types underneath this category will be deleted as a result of deleting the category itself, which I'm happy with. So I'm going to continue, and we can see now how the category is deleted. Within my shot shaping section, I can see how I've got 4 skill types, and I'm going to delete the low, and hit continue, and we can see now how it is deleted. And once you've finished setting up your skill creation levels, you can then hit finish, and the page will refresh back to the My Locker screen. Chapter of the training series is going to focus on setting up your Video Vault section. The Video Vault differs from the Local Media section. Local Media section is a specific section to each coach and enables them to share media content with their pupils. The Video Vault is linked into the membership feature, giving you the opportunity to give pupils or club members access to exclusive video content from you and your coaching team, either for free or at a fee set by you. And this is linked into the coaching store. So let's to start with go and look at how we would set up the Video Vault skill categories. So we're going to go to Vault Skill Creation under the tab My Game Admin. We're now presented with the Vault Skill Creation screen, and there are 2 sections, Skill Category and Skill Types. So we need to add the skill categories to start with. After completing this training series, you may want to go back into your Vault Skill Creation and delete the categories you create and set up the categories that fall in line with your coaching brand or academy. So to start with, we're going to add the skill category. And we're going to keep the skill categories quite broad. So the first skill category is going to be putting. And we hit save. And we will now see that the skill category has been created. I'm also going to add course strategy, short game. Long game. So I've got my 4 broad skill categories. Now I want to add skill types within those categories. So I'm going to start by choosing putting. We've selected the section putting, so we can see that the arrow is now visible under putting. So I'm now going to add some skill types that I want to feature within putting that I might add video content to. And I want to tag those videos to those skill types. So we're going to go with reading greens, pre-shot routine, speed control, and games. So I've now got my skill categories, and I've got 4 skill types visible within that skill category. So I'm going to go ahead and finish. And let's head on over to a coach account so we can show you those skill categories. So in the media section, we can now choose Video Vault. And we're going to choose one of the sections. Okay, so on the left now we can see how we've got the venue, the coaches, and our categories. And the 4 broad categories that we added were course strategy, long game, putting, and short game. The number indicates that there are no videos added to those sections currently. But if I go ahead and choose putting, we can now see how we've got the categories or the skill types within those sections visible. So now if a coach wants to add a video to the Video Vault, they're able to choose the skill category, identify the coach, add the video, and then tag that video to one of those skill types within the skill category. So now that we've added our Vault skill categories, let's go ahead and set up our Video Vault section. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we head across to the coach section again, and we navigate to Video Vault, we've got some sections here on the page that need setting up. So this is the exact Video Vault that the customer would see, your members or pupils. And we've got some sections that we need to add some content to. So we've got a section here which hasn't got anything in at the moment, but this is a section which you can use, for instance, as a featured video or a tip of the week. We've also then got 2 video sections, video section 1 and 2, and we can also add a description. And in the sections underneath, this is where we will display some videos that are available within those sections, and then the customer is able to enter those different sections. So your Video Vault area features 2 sections that you can use to add different video content to. So let's go ahead and edit this area and get it set up to be used by our coaching team. So we're going to go back to the Academy Manager section, and we're going to go across to Front End Admin and choose Vault Description. So we've got our 2 sections, and we're going to go ahead and edit the first section. So we're just going to click the Edit button, and I'm able to edit the title and the description. You won't be able to edit the vault type, so title and description. So let's go ahead and edit the first section. So I'm going to go with short tips, and I'm going to add a short description. and hit save. And I'm now going to edit the second section. And edit the description. So I've now given my two sections a title and a description, and I'm going to have one of the sections which is short tips and one of the sections which is going to be my longer coaching shows. And we're now going to hit save. And we can go back to our coach section to check that that's been added successfully by navigating to the video vault. And we can now see how we've got the titles and the descriptions visible within those sections. So we've added our Video Vault skill categories, and we've also set up our Video Vault that's visible to pupils and coaches. So let's go ahead and add some content to our Video Vault. As a manager, you may be passing on the responsibility to add video content to the Video Vault to your coaching team. And the locker system is built with an approval and rejection facility of videos, which enables you to control what video content is being added to the Video Vault. However, you may also be a coach at the academy who is responsible for adding video content. So we're going to cover in this training series how you would add video content to the Video Vault. We will also cover this in the training series that is applicable to coaches. So let's go ahead and navigate to the coach section. So we have to go to the coach section to add video content. And we're going to go to the media section and choose Video Vault. And we can now see we've got our Video Vault with our sections that are set up. And we're going to choose to add a video to the short tips section. So what we must remember is that the two sections are independent video content sections. So if we add a video to one section, it won't be added to the other. This allows you to offer different video content to your customers. So let's go ahead and go into the short tips Video Vault section. And we can now see here we've got the short tips section with the filter results down the side. We've got our coaches and the categories that we added earlier. And we're going to go now to add video in the top right hand corner. On the screen we don't need to worry about video type, but we're going to choose title. And the title is going to be putting game. And add a description. We won't need to change the venue, and we're going to choose the skill category, and the skill category is putting. And we're going to choose the coaches that appear in the video. So I'm going to choose Joe Blogs. And I've now got to decide whether I want to add a file from my computer, or I'm going to add a YouTube link. Just be conscious if you use the YouTube link that you must have permission to use that video. So I'm going to choose file, and then I'm also lastly just going to tag the video as one of these subcategories that we set up earlier, and I'm going to tag it as games and pre-shot routine, which means that the video will appear in both of those categories when a customer or a member is searching for a video. So I'm now going to go ahead and add the video. Let's find where the video is, which is this one. And we're going to be seeing a progress bar now, which is going to upload the video. And we're just going to wait until the video is fully uploaded. Okay, so we now have our video that's been uploaded, and we can see that a thumbnail has been added automatically to the video, which you may have already on the front of your video when you uploaded it. However, you are able to add a custom thumbnail which really elevates your Video Vault section to your customers. So you can do that by choosing Custom Thumbnail, and you can choose the thumbnail from the images that would be visible on your desktop. And I'm going to go ahead and choose this custom thumbnail that I've created here. And I'm now going to hit save because I'm happy that I've added all of the necessary information for this video. And we've now got an alert which says the video has been sent to owner for approval, and you'll be alerted when this email has been approved. So let's now navigate back to the Video Vault section, and we can see now that our putting game video has appeared after it's been approved in our short tips section. And also, if we go back into the short tips section, we're able to choose the category, which is putting, and we can also see that the video is now visible in games and pre-shot routine. If I also went back to the Video Vault section and went into short tips, I could also de-tick the other coaches and show results, and our video would appear as one next to the coach, which is Joe Bloggs, and we can see it's visible in the putting category. Let's go ahead now and set up the final part of our Video Vault section, and that's going to be adding a weekly tip or featured video. We need to be in the Academy Manager area locker, and we're going to navigate across to Front End Admin and choose Venue Week Tip. We're now presented with the Venue Week Tip homepage, and as we haven't got any weekly tips available, we're going to scroll across to the plus icon. And we now need to choose the video that we want to add as our weekly tip or featured video. It's important to remember that the weekly tip videos are pulled from the videos that are in your Video Vault section already. So these are the videos which have been uploaded by a coach and approved by the Academy Manager. Within this section, we are unable to upload a video from YouTube or from a file, such as your desktop. So let's go ahead and select the video. We're going to select the video that we just uploaded into the Video Vault section in the short tips, and we're going to go ahead and select putting game from the drop down. And we're going to add a title. And now we have to choose a week start date and week end date. So this is useful if you're planning on running a tip for a certain period, and then you're going to change the tip. So it changes automatically when the end date finishes. So let's go ahead and choose today's date, and I'm going to run this tip for a week. And I now need to add a description. So the description is going to appear next to the video in the featured video section. And the final thing we need to do is just to tick the active box so that the weekly tip or featured video will be active, and we're going to hit save. And we can now see that we have that video that's appeared in the list with the video name, the title, description, start date and end date, and it's indicated that it's active. So let's go ahead and check that that video is active within the Video Vault. So we'll navigate to the coach section, and we're going to choose Video Vault under Media. So we can now see that we've got our tip of the week or featured video visible with the description, and we're able to click the video and play that video within that section. In this chapter of the training series to look at how we would set up our store area, ready for our coaches and customers. Let's go across to our website and take a look at how the store would look when you received your website and locker from First Degree Golf Solutions. So we're here on the home page, and we're just going to navigate across to store. And we're now in the store area. And this is how the store area will look when you receive it from the team. And we can see that we've got some work to do in order to set up the store to be ready to use. Firstly, the areas that will be prepared for you by the team at First Degree Golf Solutions will be the content that is visible within this section. You'll provide this to the team and we will add this to your store area. However, there's a few areas that we need to fill in. In this gold strip at the top, this colour will be adapted to your venue or coaching brand colours. But we need to add into this section the categories that we want to have within our store area. We also need to add in some banners that are going to sit between these two sections, just here. And we then need to add the categories and the products that we want to sell via our store. So let's head across to where we would find that within the manager area, and then we'll go ahead and start filling in and add in these necessary sections. So we're in the manager area of the locker, and we just need to choose store admin. And we're now going to go into the dashboard area of the NOP Commerce module. And to start with, let's just cover some of the key things that we need to be aware of within this dashboard area. So in the main, you're going to be using the options down the left-hand side. So the dashboard would simply take you back to this page. The three lines would simply close and open the menu. And in the top right-hand corner, by clicking FDGA, you'll be taken back to your Academy Manager area locker that we can see there. So down the left-hand side, we have a few different options. We have Catalog, and it's within Catalog that we're going to be adding our categories and products. Within the sales sections, we can manage our gift cards. In promotions, we're able to create and manage our discount codes. And in configuration, we're able to control a number of settings relating to the appearance of your store, your tax or VAT amounts, and then the widgets section covers the sliding banners. So to begin with, we're going to go ahead and edit the product categories that we want to be visible within the top bar. So the top bar relates to this gold section, and also the products categories that are going to be visible on the home page of our store. We can see here on the home page of our store that we already have a memberships category added. In your consultation with the team at First Degree Golf Solutions, this section will be added by our team, or it will be removed depending on how you're going to use the membership functionality. As a general rule of thumb, if you're looking to sell memberships through your store, then you would have this section. However, if you're looking to pass on the benefits of the member levels to potentially your customers or your members at your club or venue, however, you're not looking to charge a fee for this, then you wouldn't have the membership section visible within the store. The membership section is covered within a separate training series, so you can get the most from this feature. So let's go across, and what we're going to start with is adding the necessary categories to our store. So to do that, all we need to do is go across to Catalog and choose Categories. And we have some categories that are visible. We have our membership category, which, as we just discussed, will always be visible. However, you won't be able to manage that category, and that will be added by the team at First Degree Golf Solutions. You'll have a gift card category that will be preloaded, and then you now have the categories that link from your booking system. So importantly, the store and the booking system link together so that customers can purchase products through your store and then utilize them in the booking facility. So we now need to decide which categories we want to showcase on our store. And the categories that you add will be where you're going to add your products to. So through setting up the store, I'm going to add the categories that relate to one-to-one lessons. I want customers to be able to buy one-to-one lesson options through the store and then be able to redeem these into the booking system. I'm not going to add any of my group class options to the store because I'm not going to be selling any products through the store relating to group classes. However, this is your choice depending on the structure of your academy programs. So let's go ahead and choose gift cards, one-to-one and swing studio, and your coaching facility. So all we need to do is head across to the Edit button, and we're just going to scroll down the page, and we just need to tick the two boxes, Show on Home Page and Include in Top Menu. We don't need to change anything else, and then we can hit Save. And we're going to do that on those three categories. And hit Save. There we go. And let's head across back to our front end website. I'm going to refresh the page. And we can see now how we've got those categories that have appeared, and they've also appeared on the home page of our store. We can also see how they've appeared within the filters, just here. And within our filter section, we also have some price categories that can filter our products by, and a coach section listing the coaches that are enabled on our coach management section within the Academy Manager area. So we've now got our banner completed, and we have our categories added to the home page. So the next section that we're going to move on to edit within our store area is the sliding banners that we can add between our coloured section here at the top listing our categories and the text section that sits here above our filters. So we can add up to 5 sliding banners as regularly as we like, and these are really useful for showcasing your coaching services and products. So to do that, we just need to go across to our store admin area, and we're in the dashboard, and we're going to go to configuration, and we're going to go ahead and choose widgets. We're now in the widgets section, and we have 2 widgets that are visible. We're only ever going to edit the Nevo slider widget. And what we need to do is we just need to move the cursor across to configure. And we can now add up to 5 sliding banner pictures. So this could be a JPEG or a PNG. And the size of the sliding banner would be 1600 pixels by 462. So let's go in and add one of these. And to start with, what we just need to make sure that we do is that we're going to go ahead and tick the checkbox next to picture. This will make sure that it saves the sliding banner and enables it on our store. And we then need to go ahead and tick the checkbox if we want to add a comment, which would be where there would be some text that would appear when the cursor hovers over the banner, and also whether we want to link that sliding banner to a specific URL, which could be a product or category within your store. So we're going to go ahead and add the picture. I'm going to click upload a file, and I have here an image that I want to add, which is the correct dimension. We'll give it a second to be added, and I'm going to go ahead and add a second one. We're going to go ahead and hit open, and I'm just going to get rid of this link. You can do that by ticking the checkbox, which will open up the section, and then I just need to disable it, as we're not going to have a URL. And then I'm going to go ahead to the bottom of the page and hit save. And we can see now how those 2 sections, those 2 images, have been added. I'm going to get rid of these URLs again, keep the checkbox added and hit save. There we go, and we can see now how it's got rid of the URL. So it's really important just when you're adding these sliders that you make sure you tick the relevant checkboxes for the information that you want to appear. So that's been added successfully. If we go back to our store now and we refresh the page, we can see now how that sliding banner image has been added to the store, and brings a really good element to your store if you can really make those store banners attractive, keep them updated quite regularly, and it really keeps a fresh look and feel to your store area. If we were to click one of these store banners and hover the cursor, at this point we would see that comment field appear, the text that we put in the comment field, and also if we were going to go ahead and click the banner, if we'd have added a URL to that URL section just here, then it would redirect us to the relevant URL. So we've now set up the coloured banner at the top with our categories, and we've also added our sliding banners. So let's now move on and add a different type of lesson product to our one-to-one and Swing Studio category. So if we go across to the dashboard area and we go to add new, there's one more option that we can add under the one-to-one and lesson credit option. So this time we are able to add monetary amounts to customers' accounts. And this means that when they go ahead and redeem those credit amounts, the credit amounts will be deducted based on the lesson price. So it's more common that you're going to be using the credit minute options to add packages and bulk purchase options through your store. However, you may want to use the credit amount options with your customers. So let's go through how you would do that. So we're going to go into the product, so add a new product. And this time we're going to add the product name. And we're going to base the product name more around the monetary amount that this lesson pupil has available to use within their locker account. So this time we're going to go £200 worth of lesson time with Joe. And we're going to add a short description. There we go, filled in that information, and now we're going to go to the product type. We're still going to choose lesson credits, one-to-one, and one-to-one and Swing Studio. And we're going to choose the price type as customized as we define the product name with Joe specifically. You can choose Joe Blogs, and this is where the package type now we need to choose amount rather than credit minutes. So credit minutes gave your customers, just to cover that again, credit minutes gave your customers the ability to apply lesson credits to the time they're taking with the coach, whereas the credit amount is going to deduct the credits based on the price of the lesson. So let's go to amount. We're going to publish it. We're not going to choose to show on home page yet. And we're going to choose the price now as £200. So we're going to choose the price as £250. Sorry, £200 and 200 credits. And choose the customer role. And we'll go ahead and hit save and continue. Let's add a picture. We'll upload a file. Let's go ahead and choose this one here. There we go. Display order will be 1. We'll add the product picture and we'll hit save. There we go. Let's go across to our store area. We'll refresh the category. There we go, and we've got our new product added here, £200 worth of lesson time with Joe. And Joe is the only coach that's available there. The cost is £200 as the customer's buying £200 worth of lessons. And the only difference would be when a customer goes on to the booking system, the 200 credits would be deducted off the £200 based on the price of the lesson. So let's say, for example, the customer goes on and buys a 60-minute lesson which costs £75 with Joe, rather than through the credit minute options where 60 credits would be deducted for the lesson time. It would deduct £75 for the lesson fee. So as we say, it's more than likely that you'll be using the lesson credit option, and what I would recommend is that you only use one of the options throughout your store and booking system and the programs that you offer to your customers, just to make sure you've got consistency and clarity to what you're offering. Wouldn't recommend that you use a mixture of two, but the functionality exists within the store to use both options. So let's just add one final product. So we've got 6 products in the store. This time we're going to add product amount, but this time we're not going to define it with a coach. We'll choose lesson credits, 1-to-1. This time we're going to go same for all. And we're going to choose Coach 2, 3, and Joe Blogs. I'm going to go for credit amount, published. And this time we're going to go for £200, 200 credits. And all of the access roles, and we'll hit save and continue. A quick picture. Hit save. Okay, and there we go. We've got our 6 products added. We've got our £200 worth of lesson times, which is non-specific. And the customer can go in here and it would have us one price but no coach option to choose from the drop down. And essentially that means on the booking system the customer will have £200 worth credit amounts to use, and it will deduct the price off that amount for each lesson they book. So let's go back to our store category, 1-to-1 and Swing Studio, and we can see here now we've got 6 products that are added. The customer, when they view this, is able to filter by the price, the coach, the product type, and the category down the left. And in the display, they're able to sort by name, price low to high, high to low, and the date that it was created. And the next thing we need to do, if we now go back to the store homepage, we need to decide what products we want to show here on the homepage. So we have the option to show 3 products here on the homepage underneath the 1-to-1 and Swing Studio option. And I'd recommend that you add really your key products, the ones that you want to sell to your customers, the ones that you want to get them to see immediately. And we also need to decide whether we want to add any of those products as a featured product. So let's show you how that looks. We're going to go ahead and choose 3 products that we want to show here on the home page. So to do that, what we need to do is we need to go across to categories. And we need to choose the category that we've just added those products to, which is 1-to-1 Swing Studio. We hit edit. And we're not going to change any of the information here within the category itself. We're just going to go to products here at the top. And we just need to now choose which of those products is going to be one of our 3 featured products on the home page under that category. So to do that, we just need to go edit and tick the button. So I definitely want to make the 300-minute bulk purchase a featured product. And we'll go hit update. I definitely want to make the lesson experience a featured product. And I'm going to go ahead and choose the £200 worth of credit amount. And we'll go hit update. And finally, we'll just hit save. Let's go back then to that store home page, refresh the page, and our 3 products will be visible underneath that category. There we go. And it's now visible onto our 1-to-1 and Swing Studio category here on the store home page. So I'm going to go ahead now and add one of these products as a featured product within my entire store across all of my products. So I'm going to go this 90-minute lesson experience. This is a new promotion we're offering within the Academy. And I want to go ahead and make sure that that's highlighted as a featured product that we're advertising. So to do that, we just need to go to products and find the product itself. Go into 90-minute lesson experience just here. And all we need to do now is tick that checkbox, show on home page. So we'll go ahead and tick that, hit save. Let's go ahead and refresh. And there we go, it's come up under a featured product section now, below all of those categories. And it appears in red as it's a featured one. We really want to draw the attention to our customers of those featured products. In this next part of the training series, we're going to move on to look at how we would add products to your categories within the store. So we're here on the store homepage, and we can see that we've got our categories added and our banner. And as we now scroll down the page, we have our filter section, and we then have our categories that we've got listed below. We know that memberships is covered in a separate module of the training series relating to memberships, or this will be set up by the team at First Degree Golf Solutions. And in the main, you're going to be using two different types of categories within your store. Generally, you're going to be selling gift cards to your customers, which they can use to purchase for their friends or partners. And the gift card amount can be applied to products in the store or on the booking system. And generally, you'll be selling one-to-one lesson options in your coaching facilities or with your coaches. You may also be selling products through your store, such as training aids, etc. And you may also decide to sell group classes through your store. And these are going to be covered in later chapters that you can navigate to if this suits your venue or your coaching business. But we're mainly going to focus on how you would add products to the gift card section and to your one-to-one lesson type categories. So to begin with, we're going to start to add some products to our one-to-one and swing studio category here within the store. So if we navigate to the booking system, on the booking system we're going to have a program category which is one-to-one and swing studio, which is just here. And what this means is any products that are purchased by your customers in the store, or any products that you add to your customers' locker accounts. Maybe you take the payment via other means and you need to use the store to manage those coaching products. Any products that are purchased through to one-to-one and swing studio category can be redeemed against the one-to-one and swing studio program category within the booking system. So that's important to remember. You need to remember to inform your customers and manage your academy and coaching products so that the coaching products being purchased through the store are redeemed within the appropriate program category within the booking system. We can also see here we've got a program category for a separate coaching facility, which I've titled here the putting facility. And again, in the store area here, we have that facility in the categories here. And any products that are purchased within this category can be redeemed against the booking system coaching facility that is titled Your Coaching Facility. Any gift card products can be redeemed against any booking system booking that is made across any of the program categories. So let's start adding some products. So we're going to add some products to the one-to-one and swing studio option. And to begin with, we're going to add the coaching product as what's titled as a package. So in your consultation with the team at First Degree Golf Solutions, you will have decided whether you're going to be managing bulk lesson purchases as packages or vouchers. So packages are where you can apply credit minutes or credit amounts, whereas vouchers are where you can sell specific lesson vouchers for specific lesson times. i.e., we could add two separate bulk purchase products to our store. We could add a 5 times 30-minute lesson voucher, and this means that 5 30-minute lesson vouchers would be added to the pupil's account. We could also add 150 lesson credits, which is exactly the same, it's equivalent. However, with lesson credits, your customer is able to use these credits with more flexibility, so they're able to use 30 credits against a 30-minute lesson booking, or the next time they have a lesson with you, they might want to use 60 credits against a 60-minute lesson booking. So you just need to decide on which option you're going to be using in the store, and this would have been discussed with the team at First Degree Golf Solutions. So let's go ahead to start with and add some packages, so our lesson credits or lesson amounts. So we're going to go back to the dashboard area, and to begin to add some products, we're going to go to Catalog and Products. And we can see here we've got 4 membership products on the home page, which aren't published at the moment. And we're going to go to Add New. And we're now going to begin to add some products. So we're going to go with packages to start with. So to begin with, I'm going to add some lesson credits, so credit minutes. And to begin with, we're going to go with 150 credits with Joe. So in the product name, you need to add something that's pretty easy for your customers to find on your store, which would be familiar to them. So you might have a certain piece of branding that you use with a product name, or you might just want to put the amount of credits in the coach. Again, it's entirely up to you how you add the products to your store. The short description just gives the customer a little bit more information. So 150 credits to use with PGA Professional Joe Blogs, giving you complete flexibility. Okay, and in the full description you can add more content. So in here you could add more information relating to the lesson you are selling, the lesson products. Maybe you want to add in some specific terms and conditions, etc. So I'm just going to add a little bit more information just to fill out the section, and we can see how that looks on the store itself once we've added the product. So we now need to decide on the product type. So the product type is going to be lesson credit, which is the packages option. And we then need to choose the program type, which is a one-to-one. And we can now choose from the programs that are available on the booking system. So we're going to go ahead and choose one-to-one Swing Studio. And we now have to choose the price type. So we have 2 options, same for all and customized. So same for all means essentially that you'll be selling one product on your store, which can be used against any of the coaches within your academy. Whereas customized allows you to create specific prices for different coaches. So I'm going to go ahead and to start with do a customized. The reason for that is we've got here 150 credits with Joe. And I'm going to choose the coach, which is Joe Blogs, and then I just need to choose the package type. So the package type is going to be credit minutes. So I'm going to want to get this customer, when they purchase this product, it's going to add 150 credits to their account rather than adding a monetary figure to their account. And then we just need to decide whether we're going to publish that product on the store immediately once we've added it. And then we now have another option which is show on homepage. So the show on homepage checkbox here relates to a featured product section that will be visible on the homepage. So to begin with, let's leave the show on homepage area blank. We're not sure whether this is going to be one of our key products that we want to add as a featured product. Now we need to move across to the price. So generally with bulk purchase options, you're potentially selling the price per minute cheaper than you're selling a single lesson for. So let's say, for instance, the price for 30 credits with Joe is £40. So let's say equivalent for that customer purchasing the same amount of credits for £40 would be £200. So 5 times £40 is £200. However, I'm going to reduce this slightly to make it a little bit more incentivized for someone to buy in bulk. So let's say 150 credits is instead going to cost this customer £175. So we add the price, and then we're going to add the credit amount. So the credits are 150. So we're selling these 150 credits for £175. But the customer will receive 150 credits into their account. And then we now need to decide whether we're adding VAT, which we're not on this one, so we're going to leave the checkbox blank, leave the tax category, and then we just need to decide on the customer role, the access role, which means that when these certain customers are logged in under their account, they'll see the coaching product on the store. So I want all of my access levels to see this, so coach, guest would be a customer who is visiting the store for the first time or doesn't have a locker account. Player would be any of your pupils who have a locker account of the range of member levels that you might be assigning. And Pro Shop is the front of house management access level that you have. So we've got all of the customer roles added, got all of the information added, and now we're just going to go ahead and hit save and continue. Clicking save and continue means that the product will be saved. and this screen will remain visible on the screen. If we go ahead and hit save, then we'll be diverted back to the dashboard area, the home screen. So the reason I'm pressing save and continue is I want to add some pictures to my product. So if we navigate across to the store and we refresh the page and we go into our one-to-one Swing Studio category, we can see here that we've got some products that are now added to the store area, but they don't have an image attached to them, so we need to add some images to this store area. So let's go and add some images. So what we need to do now is we need to go from product info across to pictures, and we're now just going to choose a file to upload. So I've got a file ready here uploaded, and we go to here in store setup. Let's find an image that we want to use, and we're going to go with this coaching image here. And you can see the dimensions are 550 pixels by 392. And we'll go ahead and hit open. And I'm not going to give a title to this image when the cursor's hovered over. And I'm just going to have the display order as 1. And the final thing I need to do now is just add the product picture. And we can see how it appears above. And again, we'll just hit save and continue. There we go. And let's refresh the page. And we can see now we've got an image that's been added. We'll delete this one in a moment from one that I was adding earlier on. So we've got the product added, 150 credits with Joe at a cost of £175. And we can click the product itself. And within this section now we have more information. So we have the short description, the image, the customer can select the coach. There we go, and it comes up with the price. And also we've got the product description information that we added that's visible below this red section and above the red section at the bottom. Okay, so we've got our first product added. Let's go ahead and start adding some other products with some different options. So let's go back to our dashboard area. And we're going to go to products. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just delete this one product here that I added earlier on. So this is a good opportunity to show you how you would delete a product. So to delete the product, all we would need to now do is we could either go into the product itself by clicking on the edit button. And we can press the delete button here in the top right hand corner. Or the other option is we can go into the product area and we can click the radio icon and hit delete selected, and any of those radio icons that are checked, the product will be deleted when you hit delete selected. So let's go ahead and hit delete selected, check that that's gone from the home page. There we go, go back to that one-to-one and Swing Studio option, and there we go, we've got the credits that are visible. So let's go and add some more products. So we're going to go into add new again. And we'll cover this one more time. So this time we're going to add 150 credits with Coach 2. 150 credits with Coach. And we'll go and add some more information below. There we go. And we'll go again, lesson credits. Program type is one-to-one. Program is one-to-one and Swing Studio. And we're going to go customized. Coach number 2. Credit minutes. We're not going to tick to show on the home page as a featured product, but we are going to publish it. And this time we're going to change the price. So Coach number 2 charges a little bit less. They charge £150, but we still want to add 150 credits to a customer's account when this product is purchased. And again, we're going to choose all of the access levels. And we're going to go ahead and hit save and continue. There we go. And we're going to go ahead now and add picture. Okay, let's go into pictures, upload a file, Let's choose this picture here. There we go. And display order is going to be 1, add the product picture. And just to be a little bit different, we're going to add another image to this. Show you how that looks on the store when you add more than one image. The display order is going to be 2 on this one. And we'll go ahead and hit save and continue. And then let's go back to the store home page. And there we go, we've got 150 credits with coach number 2 now visible in the one-to-one and swing studio option. We've got a nice image there, different price point that's visible on that first page. And if we go to the product itself now, as we've got more than one image, we can see how these images are now appearing below in a scrolling bar. And again, you can add as many pictures as you like here to showcase the sort of coaching service that you're offering. And as we've only added a specific product with a specific coach, we've only got one coach visible in the drop down. So let's add our third product now. So the third product I want to add is where we're going to add a single product, but with different coaches that are available within that product. So we've added 2 products here which are titled with specific coaches. However, we may have a coaching product that we offer that different coaches offer different prices or options within that product itself. So let's go to add new. And let's this time go with a 300-minute bulk purchase. So we're just defining the product as 300-minute bulk purchase with our coaching team. There we go. We'll add some more information below in the description. And we're going to go product type is going to be a credit still. One-to-one, one-to-one and swing studio. And I still want to add a customized option. However, what I want to do now is I want to make available different coaches within that product itself. So I might have coaches who might be offering the same product for the same price, but I want them to be available within one product. Or I might want to define different price points for different coaches. So to start with, I'm going to say Joe Blogs is going to offer this option as a credit minute offering. And the price that they're charging for 300 minutes, before we charged 175 or 150, let's go with £320, and it's 300 minutes. And we're going to go and choose the access roles. And we're now just going to go ahead and hit save and continue. Wait for that to just finalize. So now what we can do before we add the pictures and we navigate away from this product is we can now define if we want to add different coaches to that product. So now what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to choose a different coach, coach 2, and we can see how the price now has reverted back to 0 and there's 0 credits. So for coach number 2 previously we said it was £150 for 150 credits. We're now going to decide it's £280 for 300 credits. So again, we're incentivizing customers to purchase more credits and giving them more discount. And we just need to now hit save and continue. There we go. And let's now add the pictures. So we'll go with this one. Choose the display order as 1. And we'll go ahead and hit save. And let's go ahead to the store and have a look at how that one looks on the store. We'll go back to our store category. And we can see now we've got 300-minute bulk purchase just there. And it's defined the price as £320. So it's given us the price there, which is the most expensive option. If we now go into the product, the difference that we'll see within the product itself is we'll now have 2 coaches that are available. So we'll be able to choose Joe Blogs, the price is £320, but we'll also be able to choose coach number 2, which is £280. So we can list different coaches within one product. So it really depends how you're looking to set your store up, whether you're looking to set them up as products where coaches are offering different prices within those products, or potentially you may have different coaches offering completely different products, and you just maybe want to define that in the product name. Okay, so let's have a go at adding some other different types of products within One-to-One and Swing Studio, and we'll use the coaching facility category to add some vouchers and show you how that would be different. So let's go back to our dashboard, and we're now going to add new. And this time, instead of choosing the customized option, let's add a product which could be used with any of our coaches. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose, let's say, a 90 minute lesson experience. So let's say we're selling a lesson experience at our venue, and all the coaches are going to be offering this option for a single price point. So this is where we can now use the same for all option on the drop down. So we're going to add the short description, 90-minute lesson experience with a member of our coaching team. And we can add the full description. There we go. And we choose the product type as a lesson credit, One-to-One, One-to-One and Swing Studio. We're now going to choose same for all. And we can now just define the coaches that will be participating in this lesson product. And what that means on the booking system is only those coaches can be booked in the booking system using one of these store products. So any coaches that aren't listed, the coaching product will not appear in that final page of the booking journey that we cover in the coach training series. So I'm going to go ahead and choose all coaches. All the coaches are participating in this offering, and we're going to choose credit minutes. We're not going to show it on the home page, and we're going to add the price. Let's say the price we've agreed with coaches and customers is going to be £100, and it's 90 credits. And we're going to go ahead and choose the access roles, and finally we'll just hit save and continue. There we go, and we just need to add our picture. And let's go with a nice picture here of our coaching facility, display order, and add the product picture. And we'll hit save. And let's go back to our store area now. Go to the One-to-One and Swing Studio option. You can see there we've got our 90-minute lesson experience added for £100. Let's go into that. And we can see now that the difference is that there's no option to choose a coach. It's a single price, and when this customer purchases that lesson product, the 90 credits will be added to their locker, and they can use that with all of the members of the coaching team. That's how we've defined it in the store. So we're now going to move on to look at how we would add voucher products to our store categories. So as an academy, we may be deciding to use vouchers within our academy locker area and booking system. And we're going to use the Your Coaching Facility here in the category section to add the vouchers to. So let's go to our dashboard area. And we're here on the dashboard homepage in the store admin. And we're going to go to products. And we need to go to add new, like previously, and we're now going to add the product name. So let's say, for instance, we're going to do 5 for 4 on 60-minute lessons with Joe. So our coach, Joe Bloggs, is offering 5 for 4 on 60-minute lessons. If a customer purchases, they can purchase 5 lessons for the price of 4 as an incentive. So let's go ahead and add the short description. And we'll add some information to the full description area. There we go. So we're going to choose the product type, and this time it's going to be vouchers instead of lesson credits. And we're going to choose One-to-One, Your Coaching Facility. And this is with Joe, so we're going to customize that like previously. Going to publish it to the home page, and we're not going to yet decide whether that's going to be a featured product that we want to showcase on our store. So this is where if we know the lesson price that we charge for Joe Blogs, which we're going to go with £55, we want 5 lessons to be added to the pupil's account, but we're going to be giving 1 away for free. So we're only in the price section here. We're going to put the price per lesson. However, if we put the price per lesson here as £55, it's going to duplicate that by 5 lessons and charge £275, which is incorrect. So what we need to do is we need to work out the lesson price based on only charging for 4 lessons. So 4 lessons at £55 would be 220, and we need to divide that by 5, which is £44. So in the price section, we're going to put 44. And we can see now how the price has changed to 220. So it's important that before you start adding your products as lesson vouchers, you know the price that you're going to be charging per lesson, and then you can work out the price per lesson based on the number of lessons that you're going to be adding to the product. So just to confirm, we've got a 5 for 4 lesson offer here on 60-minute lessons. We want to be adding 5 lessons to the pupil's account, but the cost per lesson is going to be less as we're giving 1 away for free, so it works out as £44 a lesson. And we just need to decide now on the customer roles. So we're going to allow everyone to see these products, and we're going to go ahead and hit save and continue. And we're just now going to add a picture. So we'll upload a file. There we go, it's open. We'll choose the product display order as 1. We'll add the product picture, and we'll go ahead and hit save. And let's go across and have a look at how that would look on our store area. So we'll go into the Your Coaching Facility category. Here we go, and we've got the 5 for 4 on 60-minute lessons here. We're going to go into the product, and we can select the coach as Joe Blogs, £220. And once somebody purchases this lesson product, they will have 5 60-minute lesson vouchers added to their account. So that's going to differ from the credits that we've been adding previously, where a customer will have to use that lesson voucher against a 60-minute lesson booking, so they won't be able to have the flexibility of choosing different lesson times. So let's go back to the dashboard. We'll add some more products. Add new. And let's go with now 10 times 60-minute lessons. So we know that our lesson cost was £55. Let's add some more information quickly. Coach number 2. Again, we're going to choose vouchers, 1-to-1, Your Coaching Facility, and we're going to go customized. Coach number 2, and let's say coach number 2, is charging £50, and this is where now we're going to be maybe incentivizing customers to buy more bulk purchases of lessons. So let's say the lesson cost is £50. However, we want to incentivize customers a little bit to buy more. So this is where now we need to add 10 lesson vouchers to the customer's account. That's the amount of lessons we want to add. But if we charge £50 per lesson, it would come in at £500. And let's say we want to reduce that and charge £450 to a customer. So what we need to do is work out the lesson cost. So it'd be £450 divided by 10, which is £45 a lesson. So we're giving a £5 discount per lesson, and that brings the price now correct to £450. And we then need to define the customer roles. And we're going to go ahead and choose save and continue. And let's add some pictures. And as this is in one of our facilities, we're going to go ahead and choose a nice picture of the facility. Add the product picture and hit save. And let's review that quickly on the store area. And there we go, we've got our 10 60-minute lessons that's appeared under the Your Coaching Facility category. Let's go add another product now. So we're going to add now a few different coaches under the same product. So let's say we offer a 5 times 60-minute lesson product. There we go. We'll add some information to the description. Choose the product type as voucher, one-to-one, one-to-one and Swing Studio, and we're going to go with customized again. And we're going to start by adding one for Joe Bloggs. So Joe Bloggs charges £55, but we're going to be offering a discount against this. So let's say we're going to be giving half away free, so half a lesson away free. So what we need to do is we need to work out the cost that's going to be per lesson. So £55 divided by 2 is £27.50. So we need to minus £27.50 off our total lesson price. So we're going to add 5 lessons just here. Let's make sure we choose the right category there. So 5 lessons, 60 minutes is what we want to add, but we're giving half a lesson away free. So if we charge full price, the price would be £275, but we know we're going to give £27.50 away. So we're going to go with £275 minus £27.50, which is £247.50. And we'll divide that by the 5 lessons, which is £49.50. And that should give us the correct price of £247.50. So we're charging the correct price to the customer. The lesson fee is slightly reduced per lesson, and the customer is getting the correct number of lessons added to their account. So let's now go and add the customer roles, and we'll hit save and continue. There we go, and before now adding a picture, let's go and add a couple of different coach options. So Joe Bloggs was our most expensive coach. You can see he's charging £49.50 per lesson at £247.50, so he's giving half away free. Let's go to coach number 2 now. And coach number 2 is instead charging £50 an hour, and that would mean a £25 deduction. So we're still going to add 5 lessons here, and if it was at £50, price would be £250, but we know we're going to take half off, so we're going to go 225 divided by 5, which gives us a total of £45 a lesson. So that now gives us a total of £225. And we can go ahead now and choose the roles. The roles are going to be the same, and we'll go and choose save and continue. There we go, and let's go ahead now and hit save. There we go, and we'll review that now on the store area. There we go, but we need to add an image, so let's go back and just choose that product. So we've now gone back to that product's homepage, so we need to find the product, and we can do that by searching through the products here, showing the different items. So I'm going to increase the items that I've got on the page, so it's showing all of them. And when you've got a small amount of items, you can do it through this means. You can just go to the products and view the products from this page. If you've got a large amount of products, you may want to go and navigate into the categories. We know that we added that to the Your Coaching Facility category, and we can see we've got the product here, and we can choose the product through that means. But let's go and find it on here. So we're going to go edit, and then let's add a picture. Choose another image of our facility, and we'll hit save. And let's review that on the home page, on the category page. And there we go, we've got the image that's appeared underneath that product. And if we go in the product, we have different coaches that are visible at different price points. Okay, and same as before, we now need to make sure that we've got some of those products appearing on our home page under the category. So let's go ahead and go back to our dashboard area, and we now need to navigate to categories, and we now need to find that category, Your Coaching Facility. There we go. We go to products at the top, edit as before, and we're going to have every product as featured. There we go. And we can also change the display order if we want to. So we could change the display order around, and that would show the order in which those products are appearing on that category on the home page. And we'll go ahead and hit save. Go back to the store area and refresh the page. Sometimes it takes a little while for those to appear. And there we go. We've got those 3 products now that are visible under the Your Coaching Facility section. So our store now is starting to get much more depth to it. All the products are beginning to be added, and we've got a few different options that are available within the store itself. But let's go and add one of those as a featured product. So I want to add the 5 for 4 as a featured product in this section here. So we'll go back to the dashboard area. And again, to do that, we just need to go and find the product itself. So let's find the 5 for 4 product just here. Hit edit. And we just now need to tick that as show on home page. So let's go ahead and tick show on home page, and we'll hit save. Let's go back to the store and refresh. And we're now going to have that as a featured product. You can just see there, 5 for 4. We can have really as many featured products as we want. We just probably want to have the main products that we really want to showcase to our customers. So we've added now some products to each of those one-to-one categories that we've got on our program, our booking system programs. And the final section we're now going to add some products to is the gift card section. So what we're going to do is we go back to the dashboard area, and we're going to go to add new. And we're going to add some gift cards. So let's firstly choose by adding a £10 gift card. And this time we need to choose gift cards from the product type. There we go. And we now just need to decide whether we're going to publish that, which we are. We're going to publish that to the store page. And again, we're going to leave the show on home page blank until we've added all our products and decided which one we want to feature. It is a gift card, so just there. And we now just need to decide on the price that we're going to charge for that. So the price is obviously £10. That's what we've just added into the product name. We're going to leave gift for customized product blank. We're going to leave it tax exempt without a tax category. And then we're just going to decide on the roles. And we can go ahead and hit save. And let's go ahead back into that product and add an image. And we should have a £10 gift card here. Let's hit open. Add the product picture. Hit save. And we'll go back into the store, into the gift card category. And there we go. We've got a £10 gift card that's now on the store. So let's go into that product. And let's just talk about how that's slightly different now for the customer within the store area. So the customer now is able to dictate to the store where they want the electronic gift card to be sent. So the team at First Degree Golf Solutions will have already provided you more information around the electronic gift card and linking this into the locker area. However, the customer is able to define the recipient's name, which would go into this section here. And this would appear on the electronic gift card that is sent to them via email. The customer is then able to click as to whether they don't want the gift recipient to receive the automated gift email. So it may be that a customer is going on to the store and they are buying the gift card for the customer, and they want that customer, that person they're buying the gift card for, to receive that via email immediately. But they can tick so that that isn't sent to the customer. Maybe they want to print the voucher and then give it to the customer personally, or they're going to forward on the gift card once they want to give the gift to the customer. So they would click that option there. The recipient's email is the email in which the booking confirmation is sent to. The scheduled email date would be when the email would go to the customer with their gift card. So if the customer leaves that blank, They put the recipient's email in, they can then define when that gift card is sent. And then they would also put the name of who is sending the gift card, their email address, and a message that would appear on the voucher. And the customer can then decide how many multiples of that gift card they want to add to their basket. So we've got a £10 gift card added there. However, you're going to have a range of products that you want your customers to be using their gift card amount on, and you would have different price points. So it's probably a good idea to have a range of gift card amounts for your customers to purchase, and then they can choose whether they want to buy multiples. A customer who's wanting to buy £100 worth of gift cards could obviously use the £10 gift card option and buy 10. However, that means the customer is going to have 10 different gift card codes to redeem at the point of purchase. So it's probably wise that we also make sure that we've got, for instance, a £100 gift card available on the store. So let's go back and add a few more multiples of those. So we're going to go back into the store admin area and we'll choose add new. And let's this time go with a £25 gift card, £25 gift card. Product type is going to be gift card. We'll dictate the price as £25. And we just need to decide the customer roles. And let's go ahead and hit save and continue. We'll add a picture. And let's add one more. So let's go now with a £100 gift card. Okay, so we've added those 3 gift cards. Let's go back to our store and go into our gift card category. And there we go, we've got our 3 gift cards added, £25, £100 and £100. So that customer now could go in and follow that same journey and just purchase 1 gift card, which would give the recipient 1 gift card code to redeem in the store in the future. And finally, now what we need to do is just decide whether any of those gift cards are going to be a featured product, and also we need to display 3 of those products on the home page. So let's go back in now to the dashboard area. We're going to go to categories, choose the gift cards, choose products, hit edit, and select it as a featured product. Save, and let's go ahead and feature the £100 gift card as a featured product. So we need to go into products, and we just need to choose show on home page, and we'll hit save. And let's go back to our store area, refresh the home page, give it a moment to update, and there we go, we've got 3 gift cards appearing, and we've got one of our gift cards appearing in the featured product section. So now that we set up our store area ready to be used by coaches and customers, we're going to take a look at some of the functionality that exists with the store admin area that's important for you as the Academy manager. And it's important for some of the scenarios that you may face from your customers and coaches. And we're mainly going to focus on how we will manage and create gift cards, and how we're going to manage and create new discount codes. So, we're in our store area here, and let's focus to begin with on managing and adding new gift cards. We have our gift card section here, where we've added our 3 gift cards, and I've also added a new gift card with a specific coach. You need to be clear on gift cards in your store area, that these gift card amounts and codes can be used against any store products and any bookings on your booking system. You're unable to create specific gift cards for specific products or specific coaches. Therefore, if you have more than one coach at your academy, it's important that you have an operational procedure in place to manage gift cards and how they can be redeemed. So here, I've put a £50 gift card which states that it's with Joe. A customer, if they have this gift card, would be able to go on and use this gift card code with another coach. However, in the gift card product, you've stated that it's with Joe, and in the terms and conditions, you may also put this. But just be clear on that when you're using gift cards in your store area. So, let's take a look in the store admin area, how we can manage gift cards that have been purchased by customers or may have been processed by coaches. So we're going to go across to the dashboard area. And if we go to sales, we can click on gift cards. And it's in this section that we can view all of the gift cards that have been purchased or processed. We've got 3 gift cards that are visible. At the bottom, we have a gift card which has an initial value of £100 and has a remaining amount of £100. So this gift card has not yet been used. We can also see the gift coupon code, the recipient's name, whether the gift card is activated or not, and the creation date. We then have a gift card code which has been partially redeemed. There's £20 remaining. And finally, we have a gift card which hasn't been redeemed, but it's not activated. So let's take a look at those columns and why that information might be important for you. As the Academy Manager, your coaches may ask you for the amount that is remaining on a gift card, which you can quickly see here. You may also need to provide a coach or a customer with a coupon code. And you're also able to enforce expiry dates on gift cards in this section. So using the creation date, you may enforce a set expiry date that you've put into your terms and conditions. And you're either able to deactivate the card, so it can't be used, or you can delete the gift card as well. So we can see here this one for Mary Wilson has been deactivated, which indicates that potentially the gift card has expired. So in order to do that, what you would do is you would go into the gift card. So let's go into this one here, Steve Taylor, and we're going to deactivate the card. We just need to go into Edit, and we can simply just hit the radio icon here that says Is Gift Card Activated, and we can just go ahead and hit Save. And now we can see that that gift card is no longer activated. And it means that the code, when it's put into the system on the booking system or the store, the code will not be able to be used by the customer. You may also need to look at the history of purchases or bookings that have been made using a gift card. So if we look at this one here, the initial value is £50, but the remaining amount is £20, so £30 has been redeemed. If we go into the gift card, we can go into the top left corner and we can see the usage history. So if we click on usage history, we can see the date that it was used. So it was used on the 8th of August, and £30 was redeemed. There we go. So that's the main ways in which you'll be managing gift cards that are activated or deactivated on your store admin section. If we go back to the gift cards area, there may also be times when you need to create new gift cards. So we can do that here on the store admin by hitting Add New. And you have 2 options. You have a virtual and a physical. A virtual gift card means that an electronic gift card will be sent to the recipient through the email that's put into this section. So in the main, you might be asked by a coach to create a gift card code that you can manage through your store admin section. But it's more than likely you just need to provide the coach with the gift card code. So in most instances, you'll be using the physical option. In the physical option, there's no email address that's taken within this section, which means that no electronic gift card is sent to the recipient. So let's go ahead and just create a physical gift card. We need to set the initial value. So let's say, for instance, we're going to be providing a charity gift card. Let's go ahead and create one for £40. We're going to activate the gift card and we're going to generate a coupon code. We then need to put in the recipient's name, and the sender's name, which would be the Academy in this instance. And we can add a message, although this isn't going to be sent to anyone, so we don't really need to put any necessary information in here. But let's go ahead and put and we can then go ahead and hit save. And we can see now how that's appeared at the top of the list, as it's the most recent gift card that was created. You can see here the initial value is £40, the remaining amount is £40, and we have the gift card code here, which can be used by a coach or a customer. So we can put that code onto a physical voucher, or we can send it to a coach that they may put onto a gift card that they're using themselves. And as that's redeemed, we'll be able to see the remaining amount. It'll also appear within our reporting section as well to show that a gift card has been used. So let's move on now to look at how we would create discount codes and manage discount codes within our store. So we'll go back to our store area and let's go back to the home page. And let's say, for instance, as an academy, we're going to run an offer here on the 90-minute lesson experience. So we've got the 90-minute lesson experience here if we go into the product. And we set this one as a standard price where it could be used with all coaches. So it's £100, but we want it to be used with all coaches. So let's say that we want our customers to be able to redeem a discount against this. Maybe we're going to be running a specific offer that we're going to be sending to a section of our mailing list, and we want customers to be able to access an offer on this product. So let's have a look at how we would do that. We go across to the dashboard area. We now need to navigate down to promotions, and we're going to choose discounts. And we can see here we've got discount products that relate to our memberships, which we're not going to go ahead and change. We're going to leave those there. And we just need to now hit add new. So we now need to set up the discount info. So let's say we're going to go, the name is Lesson Experience Limited Time Offer. And we're now going to set the discount type. So this is where we have a few different options. We can apply a discount code to the total of an order. So whatever products a customer adds to their order, we can set a discount code that would deduct a certain amount from that total order. We can also assign a discount type to a product. We can assign a discount type to a category. We can assign a discount code to manufacturers. We can assign a discount code to shipping, so we may offer an incentive such as free shipping. And we can also assign to an order subtotal. In this instance, we've decided that we're going to do a discount code on a specific product, which is the lesson experience. So we need to choose Assign to Products. And we now need to decide whether we're going to use a percentage or an amount. So let's say on my marketing campaign, decided that I'm going to do 25% off this specific product. We're going to set the maximum discount amount to 25%, and we're going to state that it requires a coupon code. So for customers to access this discount, they have to use a coupon code. And let's go ahead and do Experience 25. The start date would be the date in which the coupon could first be used, which is today's date. And let's say I'm only going to run it for 7 days, so till the end of 15th, so a week from today. And I don't want it to be cumulative with any other discounts, such as memberships. And the discount limitation is whether we're going to set it to an unlimited usage, a certain number of times in total, or a certain number of times per customer. So we might want to set this one as a certain number of times per customer. I only want a customer to be able to use this discount once on this specific product. Number of times only would mean we might say there's only 10 discount amounts available, and once those 10 have gone, then there's no further discounts that can be used, and unlimited is where there's no restrictions. So let's go with this one and say we're going to do number of times per customer, which is 1 time, and then we have the maximum discount quantity, which here it just gives a little explanation, and let's say we're going to set that maximum discounted quantity for the amount of products that can be purchased. So we've already said that we only want a customer to use this once, and I think we're only going to allow 1 product to be bought. So we only want 1 product to be bought at 25%. And finally, we can just hit save and continue, and that will save it. And then if we look across the top bar, we have some more information. So we've had usage history, which has now appeared as we've created the product. We have some requirements, which we're going to leave. And we're now going to just apply a product to this. So we've already decided that the lesson experience is going to be a limited time offer. So we've defined the product. We now need to choose the product by adding new. And we just need to find that product here. Must be on page 2. There we go. And let's go ahead and hit save. So we've got the 90-minute lesson experience now, which is in one of those products. And we can hit save and continue. And if we now go back to the home page, discounts, we can see here that we've got that discount code now visible. So we have a 25% discount assigned to a specific product with the start date and end date. So let's have a go at applying that discount code now on the store, show you how it would work. So let's go and grab the discount code here, which was experience 25, and we'll go into this one here. So we've got our 90-minute lesson experience. So let's say a customer here has seen the marketing campaign, they've seen that they can get 25% off. We're going to go ahead and add to cart. And we're in our cart area now, and this is now the section in which a customer is able to add the discount code. So they're going to go here to order discount, and they're going to enter the discount code and apply the coupon. And we can see now that we have 25% is taken off, £25, and it's reduced the total down to £75. If the customer was to increase the quantity, it wouldn't deduct the same discount from there. Let's just check that. There we go. So it's once we've updated the shopping cart there, we can see how we've got 2 quantities, but it's only discounted £25 from one of the products, as that's what we set on our parameter. And if we went in and we found a new product, so let's go continue shopping, and let's choose this one here, 150 credits, and we'll add to cart. There we go. So we can see now how we've got the 90-minute lesson experience with 2 as the quantity. We've only got 1 that's discounted at 25%, and we have the 150 credits with Joe where no discount has been taken off that product. So the discount code hasn't been applied because we've stated that it can only be used on the 90-minute lesson experience. So we're back now in our discount section within the store admin, and let's go ahead and adding another discount code that you might want to be using within your store. So we're going to go across here to add new, and what we're going to do now is we're going to create a discount code that could be used against the total amount that is added to a basket. So we're going to go for £10 off order total. So we're going to run a promotion where we want customers to be able to get £10 off the total amount that they add to their basket. So on this one, we just need to choose assign to order total. And we've already said that it's going to be a monetary figure, so we're just going to change that to 10. And we're definitely going to need a coupon code. And let's go with £10 off. start date will be today, and let's say we're going to run this for just 48 hours. And we're not going to allow it to be cumulative with other discounts, and we're only going to limit it to once per customer. So a customer can only use it once when they go onto the store. And we'll go ahead now and click Save and Continue. And we can see now that we only have the requirements field and the usage history. We don't need to do anything with the requirements, and we don't now need to add that to a product. So let's go back to our store, and we'll grab the coupon code. I've got here in my basket, I've got 2 products that I've selected, both with a quantity of 1. Here's the total for each product, and the order total now is £470. And if a customer goes into order discount, adds that discount code and applies the code, we can see now how £10 is taken off that total order. So we're back now into the discount section, and let's have a go at how we would set up a new discount code that you might want to be using in the store. And this time we're going to try and create a discount code that can be used on a specific category. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the name, which is going to be £25 off coaching facility products. So this might be a great one if you're going to maybe use a campaign maybe where you're looking to offer a discount on training aids, for instance. You could use this to apply that discount to a specific category, or you might want to be, like I'm doing here, applying a specific discount code to a facility that you may have within your academy. So we're now going to go and choose categories. We're going to leave the apply to subcategories blank, and we decided we're going to use a monetary amount, so I'm just going to go ahead and change that to 25. Definitely want to use a coupon code. Call this one facility promo. Choose the start date as today, and I want to use this for a month. I'm going to let this run until the end of the month. And we're not going to allow it to be cumulatively used with other discounts. And the discount limitation, we're going to leave that to unlimited, and we're not going to put anything in the maximum discounted quantity. And we'll go ahead then and hit save. And similar to when we added the product, we now need to apply this to a category. So we're going to go across to apply to categories, add new category, and let's go ahead and choose coaching facility 1 and hit save. And we'll go ahead and click save and continue. Let's go back to the discount and grab the code, and we'll go across now to our store. Let's get rid of these products here in our cart. And we'll go back to the store. And you might, in this banner section here, you might be putting some information in relation to this promotion. So you might be putting that there's an offer currently on products that are bought within your coaching facility category. So let's go into that category and add a couple of products. So let's add this one. And let's go back and then add this one here. And let's go ahead now and add that discount code. Get rid of this one. And there we go. We can see how £25 has been taken off each of those products within that area. So again, it's taken the discount off each of the products within that category. It hasn't taken it off the total, again the subtotal or the total within that category. It's taken the amount off each of the products within the category. So let's go and choose one from maybe a different category. So this one's from the one-to-one and swing studio. We'll add that to the cart. And there we go. We can see how the code has only been applied to those products within that category. It hasn't taken the discount off the product from the one-to-one and swing studio option. We're now going to take a look at how we would create a discount code that could be applied to a specific coach within your store. So to do this, we're in the store admin area and we need to navigate to promotions and discounts. We're going to select the add new button in the top right hand corner and we need to create a discount code name. So with this one, we're going to go £10 off with Joe. The discount type now is going to be assigned to manufacturers. A coach within your store admin area is known as a manufacturer. So we now need to decide whether it's going to be a percentage discount, a discount amount, or if we're going to leave that blank, which is applying the discount automatically on the store product. With this option, we're going to go for a discount amount of £10 and it requires a coupon code. I'm going to quickly copy that so we can apply it a moment in the store. And I'm going to apply this promotion for 7 days. It can't be used cumulatively, and I'm only going to allow this discount code to be used once per customer. We then hit save and continue, and finally we now need to assign Joe to this discount code. So to do that, we go across to apply to manufacturers, add a new manufacturer, and we can see there our list of coaches that we can go ahead and tick where relevant. So with this one, we're just going to tick Joe Blogs and we're going to go ahead and hit save. And finally, we can click save, which will take us back to the discount code screen and we can see that the discount code has been created. So let's now go into our store area and find a product. So I'm going to go into the one-to-one and swing studio section and I'm going to go ahead and choose a product. Let's go with this one here. I'm going to select Joe as the coach and hit add to cart. And I now need to test my discount code that could be used by your front of house team or your customers. And I'm going to do this by opening the order discount section and adding the discount code. And there we go, we can see that £10 has been deducted from the product. And we can see that it's there on the total with a £10 discount. We're going to take a look in this part of the training series on how we set the reminder durations and reminder types. So when customers make bookings on the booking system, they receive an automated email confirmation of their booking. But in the system, you're also able to set the reminder that they receive and when they will receive this reminder. To do this, you need to be on the Academy Manager homepage and you need to go down to the Add Reminder section. If you click on the plus icon, we firstly need to choose the duration, and we can either choose for this reminder to be sent 24 hours before or 48 hours before. We can also select the type. Currently, we only have email available within the system, so we're going to go ahead and select email and hit active, and we're then going to go ahead and hit save. The reminder now has been saved successfully, which means customers will receive an email reminder 48 hours before their booking.